Just when Lily finally has a reason to believe in Kane again, everything starts falling apart. One arrest, one set of handcuffs, and one terrible moment could put Malcolm's life-saving transplant in danger before Kane ever reaches New York. This week on The Young and the Restless, the preview for May 4th through May 8th brings a heavy wave of drama to Genoa City. The Winters family is facing another painful setback. Kane's chance to help Malcolm may be threatened at the worst possible time, and Victor's scheme could create consequences far bigger than he expected. At the center of it all is Lily, who begins the week in a rare place of hope. After everything she and Kane have been through, after all the pain, disappointment, distance, and uncertainty, Kane has done something that truly matters. He stepped forward when Malcolm needed help. He got tested, and he turned out to be a bone marrow match. For Lily, that changes everything. Kane's decision is not just about medical help. It is not just about being in the right place at the right time. It feels personal. It feels like proof that Kane still has goodness in him, that he still cares deeply about the Winters family, and that he is willing to show up when it counts. That is why Lily's mood is so different at first. She is joyful. She is relieved. She is looking at Kane with softer eyes again. The preview makes it clear that his gesture has helped bring him back into her good graces. After so much complicated history between them, there is finally a feeling that maybe, just maybe, they are on the road to finding their way back to each other. And that makes what happens next even more painful, because Lily's happiness does not last. The moment Kane should be focused on getting to New York and helping Malcolm, Christine appears at the GCAC with a shocking move. She shows up to arrest him. Just like that, the hope Lily was holding on to turns into panic. Kane is led away in handcuffs, and Lily can only watch as everything starts to spiral. This is not just an arrest. This is not just another legal problem in Genoa City. For Lily, this is a direct threat to Malcolm's chance at survival. Kane is supposed to be the person who can help save him. He is supposed to make it to New York. He is supposed to be part of a transplant that could make all the difference. Now, suddenly, that future is not guaranteed. Kane tries to reassure Lily. He promises that Amanda will bail him out, and he tells her he will make it to New York. He wants her to believe that this is only a delay, not the end of the road. He wants her to hold on to the idea that he can still fix this, still show up for Malcolm, still do what he promised to do. But Lily's fear is understandable. She knows how fast things can go wrong in Genoa City. She knows promises are not always enough. And she knows that once the law gets involved, even the best intentions can get trapped in a mess that no one controls. The worst part is that Kane's arrest is not happening in isolation. It is connected to Victor's AI scheme against Phyllis. That makes the situation even more dangerous, because Kane may be getting pulled into something much bigger than he expected. Victor's plans have a way of hurting more people than the original target, and this time the ripple effect could land directly on Malcolm. If Kane spends any real time in jail, Malcolm's transplant could be jeopardized. That is the emotional weight hanging over the entire preview. Lily is not just scared for Kane, she is scared for Malcolm. She is scared that the one person who may be able to help him could be stopped before he gets the chance. For Lily, it is a cruel twist. She had just started to believe in Kane again. She had just started to feel that maybe his actions were leading them toward healing. And now, in one sudden moment, he is being taken away from her in handcuffs. It leaves Lily caught between hope and terror. She wants to trust Kane when he says Amanda will get him out. She wants to believe he will make it to New York, but she also has to face the truth sitting right in front of her. Kane is under arrest, Malcolm is still waiting, and Victor's scheme has created a dangerous new complication. That is what makes this storyline so tense. Kane's arrest is not only about Kane, it is about Lily's fragile trust. It is about Malcolm's condition. It is about whether one legal trap can destroy a chance at saving someone's life. And while Lily is dealing with that nightmare, another storm is brewing at the GCAC. Victor and Diane meet for drinks, but neither one of them is in a good place. Both are already carrying the weight of personal trouble. Victor is separated from Nikki, and Diane is separated from Jack. That alone creates a gloomy mood around them. They are two people sitting together with their own problems, their own pride, and their own broken relationships pressing down on them. There is no sign that either one of them is truly at peace. They may be sharing a drink, but the mood is sour, heavy, and uncomfortable. Then Patty arrives, and the moment she comes strolling in, the energy changes. Patty happily greets Victor and Diane before joining them at the bar. On the surface, her entrance may seem cheerful. She is not hiding in the shadows. She is not trying to stay quiet. She walks in with confidence, making it clear that she is now part of the Genoa City atmosphere again. But for Victor, that is not good news. Patty has decided to stay in Genoa City, and that means Victor and Diane will be seeing a lot more of her. For someone like Victor, who likes control, power, and distance from unpredictable problems, Patty is not an easy presence to accept. She is already becoming a problem for him, and now that Jack has decided to use Patty in his revenge plot, the chaos around Victor is only expected to grow. That puts Victor in a very uncomfortable position. He is already tangled in the fallout of his AI scheme. Kane's arrest has created a possible crisis for Lily and Malcolm, and now Patty is circling close enough to irritate him, challenge him, and possibly become part of Jack's plan against him. Victor may think he can manage everyone around him, but Patty is not someone who always moves in ways people expect. That is why her decision to remain in Genoa City matters. She is not just passing through, she is staying. And if Jack truly intends to use her against Victor, then her presence could turn into a major headache for the moustache. Diane is also stuck in that tense space. She has her own separation from Jack hanging over her, and now she is sitting beside Victor while Patty walks into the mix. The preview does not need to overstate it. The situation is already awkward enough. Victor and Diane are both in sour moods, and Patty's arrival only makes the atmosphere worse. What started as a gloomy drink at the GCAC becomes another reminder that nobody in Genoa City gets peace for long. And Victor especially may have more enemies and problems closing in than he realizes. While Kane's arrest shakes Lily and Patty's presence irritates Victor, another dangerous twist begins far away from Genoa City. Matt Clark is alive. The last time Sienna saw Matt, she believed he was dead. That was the assumption. That was the ending she thought she had witnessed. But fans know the truth. Matt survived. And now, after waking up in the desert, he stumbles into a nearby diner. That image alone says enough. Matt is not gone. He is not finished. He is moving again, and even if he looks shaken from what happened, he still has a direction. When a waitress asks if he is okay, Matt does not simply answer like a man who has no idea where he is going. Instead, he pulls out a card with information about Genoa City. That small moment carries a lot of weight. Because once Genoa City is back in Matt's mind, the Newmans are back in danger of facing him again. For the Newmans, Matt turning up alive will be a shock. They believed they might finally be free of him, or at least that his threat had reached some kind of ending. But the preview makes it clear that Matt is not done. He is making his way toward Genoa City, and that means the people he has haunted may have to deal with him all over again. It seems like they are never going to be rid of Matt. That is the frightening part. Every time there is a chance that the nightmare is over, something pulls him back into the story. Now he is alive, he is moving, and he has Genoa City in his sights. But there is also another side to this. If Matt returns to the Newmans' territory, then the Newmans may finally have a chance to bring him to justice. Away from the desert, away from uncertainty, and back in the place where so many people know exactly what he is capable of, Matt may be walking into danger of his own. Still, that does not make his return any less alarming. Matt has already created fear, confusion, and emotional damage. His survival means there are still unanswered problems ahead. Sienna believed he was dead, but now that belief is about to be shattered. And when the Newmans discover he is still alive, they will have to face the reality that the threat they thought might be gone is heading straight back toward them. This is why the week feels so packed with pressure. Kane's arrest is threatening Malcolm's transplant. Lily is panicking over whether Kane can still make it to New York. Victor's scheme is causing damage beyond Phyllis. Patty is settling into Genoa City and already causing trouble for Victor. Jack's revenge plot is giving that chaos a new direction. And Matt Clark, somehow still alive, is beginning his journey back toward the people who thought they might finally be done with him. Every storyline in the preview carries a different kind of danger. For Lily, the danger is emotional and deeply personal. She has to stand there as Kane is taken away at the exact moment she needs him most. Her hope for a reunion with Kane is suddenly tangled with fear for Malcolm. One minute she is seeing Kane as someone who might be stepping back into her life in a meaningful way. The next, she is watching him get arrested, while Malcolm's transplant hangs in the balance. For Kane, the danger is time. He does not just need to clear his name or make bail eventually. He needs to get to New York. He needs to be available for Malcolm. His promise to Lily matters, but the pressure is whether he can actually keep it. For Victor, the danger is control slipping away. His AI scheme against Phyllis may be playing out, but it is also dragging Kane into the mess and putting Malcolm's health at risk. At the same time, Patty is becoming a bigger problem, and Jack's plan to use her against Victor could turn one irritating presence into a real threat. For Diane, the danger is being caught in the uncomfortable middle of a world that is already unstable. She is separated from Jack. She is sitting with Victor. Patty arrives with her own unpredictable energy, and nothing about that scene feels peaceful. For the Newmans, the danger is Matt's return. He is alive. He has Genoa City information, and he appears to be moving closer to them, not farther away. The preview does not have to confirm every outcome to make the stakes clear. It gives just enough to show that Genoa City is heading into a tense week, and several lives could be affected by one chain reaction after another. Kane's arrest may be the biggest emotional blow because of Malcolm. It is one thing for Kane to face legal trouble. It is another thing for that legal trouble to interfere with a medical crisis. Lily's panic comes from knowing that this is not just about guilt, innocence, bail, or courtroom drama. It is about timing. It is about whether help reaches Malcolm when he needs it. And that gives Kane's promise a painful edge. When he tells Lily that Amanda will bail him out and that he will make it to New York, he is trying to give her something to hold on to. He is trying to calm the fear before it consumes her. But the audience knows how fragile that promise is. If Victor's scheme has already gone this far, then nothing feels simple anymore. Lily's heart is being pulled in two directions. She wants to trust Kane. She wants to believe this act of courage and compassion can lead them back toward each other. But the sight of him in handcuffs is impossible to ignore. It brings fear crashing down on hope. That is the emotional anchor of the week. Kane may have finally found a way to show Lily who he wants to be, but now the situation may stop him from proving it when it matters most. Meanwhile, Victor may have to deal with the consequences of his own maneuvering. His AI scheme against Phyllis is already creating complications. Kane is caught up in it, Lily is panicking, and Malcolm's transplant is now at risk. Victor may believe he is playing a strategic game, but this preview suggests the fallout is becoming bigger and messier than a simple move against Phyllis. Then Patty enters the picture with a smile and a presence that Victor clearly does not need. She may greet him happily, but happiness from Patty does not necessarily mean peace for everyone else. Her decision to stay in Genoa City means Victor cannot simply avoid her. And with Jack preparing to use Patty in his revenge plot, Victor may soon find himself facing pressure from a very unexpected direction. At the same time, Matt's survival keeps another shadow alive. He wakes up in the desert. He finds his way to a diner. He pulls out information connected to Genoa City. That is all the preview needs to show to make the warning clear. Matt is not finished. The Newmans are not free from him yet, and his return could create another wave of shock when he finally appears alive. Still, his return to Genoa City may also be the Newmans' best chance to stop him. If he comes back onto their territory, he may no longer be a distant threat. He may be close enough for them to confront, expose, or bring to justice. But first, they have to face the shock. They have to learn that Matt survived, and they have to prepare for whatever his next move may be. As the week of May 4 through May 8 unfolds, The Young and the Restless is setting up a tense mix of fear, revenge, and emotional uncertainty. Lily's fragile hope with Kane is shaken by his arrest. Malcolm's transplant may be put in danger by the timing. Victor's scheme could create more damage than he intended. Patty's stay in Genoa City threatens to stir up chaos around the moustache. And Matt Clark's survival means the Newmans may be pulled right back into a nightmare they thought was ending. The question now is, which crisis will explode first? Will Kane make it to New York in time to help save Malcolm? Or will Victor's scheme cost Lily and the Winters family more than anyone expected?